Right, again, we're reviewing area of a rectangle, and we're doing this problem right here, length times width. So the first thing we saw was the denominators don't change. And then how do we get the top numbers?
Check plus.
Check plus, very good. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 2 is 23. Then on this one, what is that going to be?
5.
Oh, this is an ugly problem. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. This is really ugly. I'm so sorry. Because nothing reduces. So you just have to do what?
Straight.
Go straight across.
Don't you have to keep change plus?
It's not dizzy division.
Oh, yeah.
Only on dizzy division. So on this one, it's going to be 5 times 3 is 15. I'm going to carry 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. What's the denominator? Okay, let's quiet down, please, so we can get done.
6.
It's going to be 6. So the last thing that we need to do is what? But how are you going to reduce that? Yeah, in this one you can't, or if I could, I don't know which number, so I would in this case simply divide. Top gun goes on the inside, divided by 6. Johnny, hurry up and get that done, please. I gave you a pencil that you could have used the way it was. So go ahead and lift up your pencil and let's get started. So on this one, 6 doesn't go into the 1. 6 goes into 11 how many times? Once. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract, and that's 5. Bring down, and then go back to Daddy and divide. 6 times what will give you 54? 6 times 9. So 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract. And so I'm just going to take my remainder and put it as if it's an R1. Put the 1 way up there. And if I could, I would have divided again by the 6. So the area is going to be, we'll put it right here. We're not going to do all of these. Is going to be 19 and 1/6 square feet. So put that square to represent two-dimensional, length times width. Okay. But then,
On the next page,
okay, we're not on the next page. So, but the one that we're going to look at is, in fact, we'll look at this one right here. You've got to find the total area. So let's look at these dimensions. This is a 4 by 1 1/3. This is a 4 by 1 1/3. This is a 4 by 1 1/3. Who knows the first thing that you should do to get one of the areas? Is that what the formula tells you to do?
No.
Yeah, you follow the formula, and I will give you on the next test, you will have the formula charts. So it says base times height or length times width. So I'm going to take one of them, and so this is on the number 5. And I'm going to go area is equal to length times width. What is the length? What's the longer side? Okay, but what is the base? What's the longer side? The length is the longer side. Is it the 4 or 1 1/3?
4.
It's going to be the 4. So it's going to be length times what is the width? Yeah, the 1 1/3. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. What's the denominator for the 4?
1.
It's going to be a 1. Okay. So this one I can't do check plus. But the second one I can do check plus. Put the 3 on the bottom. Who knows the top number?
4.
1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. There's nothing that can reduce on the top or bottom, so what do you need to do? Multiply straight across. And let's see if we could get this mixed answer mentally. 16 divided by 3. How many whole times will it go in? 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Any leftovers are going to go in a size 3. 5 times 3 is 15. How many are left over?
1.
1. So That means that this is 5 1/3. These are the same dimensions, so it's 5 1/3. These are the same dimensions. That means this area is 5 1/3. Who thinks they know what do I need to do to get the total area? When you're getting a total, and I'm buying $7 or something, $8 or something, I'm adding to get a total. So I'm going to add all those. Before I say anything, does anybody know what that total is? Very good. Because this could have been done mentally. So watch carefully. I've got 5 1/3, another 5 1/3, and another 5 1/3. So 5 and 5 and 5 is what? Is 15. And then I've got a 1/3, a 1/3, and a 1/3, which is 3/3. And what does 3 divided by 3 make? It makes one other whole. So it is going to be 15 plus 1 is 16. So on this it is going to be not $16, it's going to be 16 square inches. Okay. All right. Then here's the important one that we're going to do today, really important. And I don't know if they'll have it on the NWA, but you just need to know how to do it. Let me see how much we're going to get to. Yeah, we're not even going to get to the back there. All right, so now I want to find the shaded area of this number 6. Who has a clue how you could find the shaded area of that number 6? Before I say one word, do we have any genius in here?
Wait, what?
What am I going to multiply?
12 and 11.
Okay, very good. But when you have these, you have to have a plan. And I kind of saw what they were thinking. What they're saying is, you're going to find this entire rectangle. You're going to find the area of the entire thing. So I'm going to show you what a plan looks like. So on the number 6, hold on, is I'm going to take the area of the great big rectangle, and they said it was 12 on one side and what on the other? 11. So this is 12 by 11. But hold on, but if I do that, I'm going to get the whole entire thing shaded in. Do I have this whole entire rectangle shaded in? So I have to get rid of this inside area. Do you think to get rid of that inside area, I'm going to be adding more to it or taking away? Very good. You're going to be this is a plan. You take away the smaller area. So hold on a second. We don't know that yet. Base times height, base times height. But I need to find this area, I need to find the length and the width. So let's go back to our picture. Do I know the length of this inside area? That's going to be 9. So I'm going to put that right here. And again, you should have, Jesse, I need you to focus. All right, so this is going to be 9, and you should have this picture. If I'm drawing this, you should have it. Then I need to find this width. I need to find this right here. Let me see if anybody can guess what it is. Right here. It's going to be 4. And here's the reason why. This is 4. I'm looking at the vertical. This is 4. This is 4. And then I look at this vertical. This vertical is what?
12.
Is 12. You take the difference of your vertical. The longest vertical minus the 2 of those minus 8 is going to be 4. Because if I look straight down, 4 and 4 and 4 is that 12. So again, when I'm missing a side, a vertical side, I look at the longest vertical minus the sum of the shorter verticals. So this is going to be a 4. And then we're going to find this area, which is 11 times 12, length times width. And I'll just put it down here. 11 times 12 minus this area, which is what times what?
4 times 9.
Sam, get this down.
Yes.
And then I'm going to multiply that over here. 1 times 12 is 12. I'll put a placeholder, then we go over to the next number. So 1 times 2, 1 is 2, 1.
code. That's how it works.
Okay.
And that's code.
So this number is 132. And by the way, you have your work linear like this. You show your plan. You show the numbers that you're going to multiply. We get the answers to our number, and it's still in a linear form. What's 4 times 9? 36. And then this tells us what to do. Then you're going to subtract it. Does anybody happen to know what it is?
100.
No, ma'am.
1,000.
Jesse, don't talk. 132 minus 36 is 1,000. All right, guys, let's not be silly. We don't have time to be silly. All right, so I think it is going to be, if this were a 32, I think it's going to be 96. So 132 minus 36. I have to pre-borrow.
96.
I'm going to get it from here.
Yeah, it's 96.
So that is going to be a 6. And this now I can take the whole thing. 12 minus 3 is 9. So that whole area is 96. And let's go ahead and look at the square units. So this is 96. The unit is feet. And you're going to put a square here. All right. So that's all we're doing on this page. Then we're going to go over to, no, hold on a second. We have only a half an hour, so let me see. I'm debating. Okay, have we already done this page, Sharon? Yeah. We already did this page. But, okay, ma'am, but there's parts of it we did not do.
No, the elephant one.
We didn't do the elephant one.
Yes, we did. We did that one. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember what my answer was.
Okay. All right. So, but let's go back over to these two. So I'm going to cover these two word problems, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And we're not going to get done. Right. But we haven't done this one. Not this one. We haven't done this one. All right. So I'll try to make it easy then. So let's go over, and these are super important. By the way, how do you find the area of a triangle? What is the formula?
Base times height times. Yeah.
Close, but a base times height is a rectangle. Is a triangle a rectangle?
No, isn't it area?
Okay.
Base.
Here's a rectangle. What's the formula for a rectangle? Base times height. That is base times height. But a triangle's how much of a rectangle? Half. So that means here, I'm going to put it down here. That formula is base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. And I don't think I'm going to do any of these. We can do this one mentally. What is the base times height of this one? What's 10 times 5? 50. So what's your area going to be? 25. Very good. Base times height, and then the whole thing divided by 2. 50 divided by 2 is 25. And that's the only one we're going to do there. Area of a parallelogram, what's that formula? It's the same as a rectangle. Base times height. Base times height. So base times height for rectangle, base times height for parallelogram, base times height for a square. And then the triangle starts where you divide by 2 because it's half of that. So go to this number 17. Here's where we're going to do some of the word problems. So the 17 is, it says, okay, the area of a parallelogram. Before I start, I want you to put the formula on 17. What is the formula for the area of a parallelogram? Yeah, but put the whole thing. You have to put, these are so important, and you're going to see why. Area equals base times height. Because this is the kind that it says find the length. It doesn't say find the area. So you need to get this down right now. It says the area of a parallelogram is 24 inches. Well, they're telling me the area. And in fact, because it says square units, they've already multiplied 2 dimensions, the base times height. Ma'am, please don't interrupt in the middle of a sentence. in this formula, which one represents the area? The A, the B, or the H?
The A.
Do they give me the area?
No.
Do they give me the area?
No.
Do they give me the area? People read. The area is what? The area is what? Okay. Gianfranco, don't interrupt my class. The area is what? Is 24. So would I put that area under area? Would I put it under base, or would I put it under height? What does it tell you the 24 is? So why would you put this under base? I need you to be thinking. Some of you are just talking to hear yourself. The area is 24. So that area is 24. It has to go under the area. You match the word to the dimension. So, and it says, let me see if you can think before you talk. And it tells you the height is 8 inches. Where would that 8 inches go? Under the base or under the height? Under the height. So I'm going to put it under the height. You match these. And now it says find the length, which, by the way, this could also be length times width. So that is the base. I'm looking for the base, or I'm looking for the length. That, and I'll just keep it as a B. So now we're going to solve it. How can I get rid of this 8? How can I get rid of this 8? Because I've got to get it all by itself. And I'm going to switch this around. People, how can I get rid of this 8? We've had this before. Yeah, opposite of a multiplication is a division. Opposite of a multiplication is a division. The base is equal to, guess what number? Nobody knows what 24 divided by 8 is. It's 3. Or I could have actually guessed it right here. 8 times what will give me 24? 8 times 3. In fact, we just got the 3. Our base, or our length, is 3. But you must put the formula. You have to put the formula. So that is going to go right here. Okay. Then, all right. Now they're talking about, and don't worry about the isosceles, I'll tell you what that is in a second. Now they're talking about a triangle, and they're telling me the area. They're telling me the area. So what I need to start off with, do I start off with area of a rectangle? Are they telling me about a rectangle?
No.
No. Should I put the area of a square?
No.
Who knows what I should put the area of? The triangle. So that's the first thing you need to do on these problems. Put what that recipe is, and it's right here. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So go ahead for the number 18. Go ahead and put area is equal to base times height divided by 2. And don't try to be fancy by reading ahead and putting numbers in. You need this skeleton formula. You have to have that. Then we'll go ahead and read. The only three things I can fill in here is area, a base, or a height. So let's go ahead and see what they tell us. Think before you talk. Find the area. Oh, no, that's not. It's right here. An isosceles right triangle. I will tell you what that means. A right triangle, I'll draw it right here. A right triangle has a right angle. Isosceles means, and isosceles, I'm going to circle this little s and that little s. Isosceles means 2 of the sides are the same. So this side and this side. Because this, what they call the hypotenuse, is always the longest side. So this is an isosceles right triangle. Isosceles, 2 sides are the same. And they'll probably ask you that on the NWEA.
Like number 1, on the, like all the way up, number 1.
Well, but that's not isosceles because these 2 sides are different. These 2 sides are different. But that is a right triangle. So now let's go ahead and see what they gave us. An isosceles right triangle has an area of 98. What did they just give us? The answer to the what? To the area. Am I going to put that number under height, under base, or under area? So you put, they gave you the area, so put it right here. Oh, and this is interesting. All right, then, oh, this one's really interesting. Find the length of each leg. Oh, this one's harder than I thought. All right, if there is this base a different number than the height?
No.
No, that base, and this is a problem I really don't want to do. The base and the height are going to be the same. So I'm going to change this a little bit. The base and the height are the same. So I'm just going to call it, it's going to be the same number because it's an isosceles divided by 2. We don't know. Who knows what I have to get rid of here? I should have looked ahead because this one's really a hard problem. I should have looked ahead. Have we done cross multiplying before? I think we have. Let's cross multiply 1 times BB. Just go ahead and put B times B because the base and the height are the same. I can't finish this problem because you guys don't know square roots. What's that?
Okay, you can do it.
Well, it's going to be 198. We can't. The base area has. I can't. I'm trying to figure it out so you guys would understand it. No, I have to take a square root. We can't finish this. No, we cannot. 7 times. Nope, I can't finish it. All right, so sorry about that. Sorry about that a little, because we need to know square roots, and we have not done square roots. So, girls and boys, go over to, okay.
No, you did it.
All right. Okay, girls and boys, go over to this back page, and I'm going to give you some formulas that I want you to write down. Okay. Area of a rectangle, square, or parallelogram. You can use base times height on all of those. For a rectangle, a square, a parallelogram. Then, the other formula that you need here is a triangle. So who knows what's that formula for?
A equals EH
Yeah.
divided by 2.
Yeah, because base times height is a rectangle. A triangle is half of a rectangle. So we have to divide it by 2. So you're just going to be calculating area today. Go down to, these are the ones I really want you to know how to do. This one right here. So this is one again. I just want this area in here.
Oh, right on.
So this is the one where you have to have a plan. Yes, Jen Pringle, what do you think?
A equals CH minus the other CH.
Okay. Yeah. So here's the plan that he's saying. You imagine that at first that this is a whole entire rectangle. So on the number 7, and you should draw your picture plan. So the picture plan is we are going to find the area of that larger rectangle. What are the dimensions? What's the length and the width or the base and the height of this rectangle?
11.
11 and what? 5. What is the length and the width? 11 and the 8. Of the larger one, it is 11 and 8. Put this down on your paper. But when I get done, that's going to give me the whole entire area. Do I want the whole entire area? I need to do what with this area here?
Subtract.
We're going to subtract that. So go ahead and put minus the area of the smaller one. Well, do we have the length and the width of that smaller one?
Yes.
Which is what and what? It tells you right away. It tells you 6 and 5. All right. Then we can go ahead and solve it. Can you see that now? Okay. So this one's easy. So what is the area on this one? 8 times 11 minus, this is going to be 6 times 5. Have your plan written out. What's 8 times 11? So that's going to be our whole entire area. But we've got to take away that little section. So minus what's 6 times 5?
30.
What's our final answer?
58.
58. So that is going to be 58 square centimeters. And by the way, this side here is for the areas. You're going to be doing area and perimeter, but today we're not going to do perimeter. So we're just doing the area, which is this one, where you see the 13, you put the letter L.
So which are the areas?
It says right here. Okay, sir, it says right here. These are area answers. So just hold on. Let's go over to the number 9. Let's go over to the number 9. What? Okay, sir, I want to do this one that's similar. I have a reason why I'm doing it in this order, because we just did one very similar. So, but nothing, Gianfranco. It's right here. All right, so over on this one, what is the plan to find the area on the number 9? I don't add anything yet. What am I multiplying? Can you see that at all? Okay, get your plan. You're going to take the area of the large rectangle. Okay, so again, have your plan written out. So the number 9, my plan is to take the 19 by 14. But then again, that's going to give me all of this area. Do I have all of that area? So what do I need to do with this area right here? We're going to take it away. So minus that small cutout area. So what are the dimensions of that small cutout area? The length is 9 by 7. 9 by 7. So again, we're going to have to go length times width, 19 times 14, minus what? Minus 9 times 7. And I'm going to help you multiply this one out. 9 times 7 is easy. What's 9 times 7? 63. So we just have to do that 19 times 14. So 4 times that is 36. 4 times that is 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm done with the ones. Then go over to the 1. 1 times 9, 1 is 9, 1. Oh, so this final answer is going to be easy. So this is the larger area is 266 minus that smaller one, and you could do it mentally. It is going to be 203. 6 minus 3 is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0. 2 minus nothing is 2. So this is going to be, this shaded area here is 203 square inches. Let me look at our time. Okay. Alrighty, so it was 203. Find your answer here.
Right there.
And it is right here. So where you see the 11, you're going to put the A. All right. What I'm going to have you do today, I think what I'm going to have you do, let me see which ones. We're going to do the number 1, and you're just right today, you're just finding area. Don't worry about the perimeter. You're doing the number 2, length times width, base times height. Do your, I think you could do 1 triangle, 1 parallelogram. What's the formula for a parallelogram? I wrote it right here for you, so you shouldn't forget. You need to write it down. It's base times height. You need to write those down so you have those. By the way, what's the base on the number 6? Look for your perpendicular symbol. 53 is not part of the answer. Very good, because here's your right angle symbol. It points to the height and it points to the base. So you better get that down, that little arrow. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 6, and number 10. It's a rectangle. What's the formula for a rectangle? Area. Base times height. And a square. What's the formula for a square? Base times height. Same thing. So those 5 problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But most of them are base times height, so they should be pretty easy. You may go ahead and get started on that. You've got about 13 more minutes. Yes.